to this week's solo episode at the Performance Cafe. I'm really glad to have you here. And yes, I think, it's post-Easter in South Africa and winter is starting to set in on our side. Evenings are much cooler, but the days are still quite warm. So it's time for us to head back into the warm coffee shops and get all cuddly around a warm cup of coffee. And today I've got a very interesting topic that I'd like to talk to you about. As most of you know, I'm a channel partner and facilitator for Inspired Leadership. And so I've been spending a lot of time really getting myself into the guts of, the programs, what they are, how we facilitate them, who we sell them to, what are the best use cases for them, all this kind of stuff. And I must say, it was so interesting because in so many times when you speak to clients and they say, oh, but we only have five leaders and one of them has to die before someone else can, take their place. That sort of old school mentality. However, I thought of it as quite interesting that at Inspired Leadership, for the emerging leaders, there are people that are sitting within organizations who just cannot wait for an opportunity to, even if it's temporarily, take on a leadership role. So who are we talking about? Well, firstly, there are people that are being groomed through succession planning to get into a leadership position, right? But now what often happens is we wait for that person to become a leader and then only we prep them for leadership. The problem is then when they have that massive responsibility on their shoulders, that's when they're also cutting their teeth on leadership principles, and that can be very, very soul-destroying if they get that wrong, especially if they start managing the team they used to belong to, right? It's a big shift, and it's a tough one to make quite often. The second kind of person that we've got is a intern, a young graduate who's coming in, who wants to understand, is leadership for me? How can I fulfill this leadership role, right? Now not only do I need to wait to get tenure before I get leadership, but I don't know if I want it until I get there, right? The third use case is for people who are like technical experts. They have no need to manage a team per se, but they may have to manage individuals within a project management perspective or take on short-term leadership roles in certain environments and scenarios. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is, yes, I am punting Inspired Leadership a little, but actually the reason I'm telling you about this is because very often when we talk about productive kindness, then people go, but if this person's not here to do their work, no one is. So I get it, right? That to some extent, there's so many holes and each hole has a peg. But at the same time, we've got to ask ourselves, what about people who are sitting, waiting in the wings for an opportunity to assist, who can, by helping for a week, a month, 2 months, can actually expand their CV, can better understand service offerings from a particular company, who can learn to connect and network with other people in the business, who can maybe get access to different mentors. So when we think of productive kindness, very often it's this, oh, but how does this work for the company? Because we don't want to get ourselves into trouble. But at the same time, it's an opportunity to cross-skill, and whether it's leadership or other skills, bring it to individuals who can sample and see, is this for me or not? It's so interesting. One of my associates says that she used to get so frustrated in her job because she managed 2 teams and she could see how swapping out 2 individuals would have actually made a lot of sense. Now, what if that opportunity occurred where those people were swapped, where maybe through productive kindness, someone got to get a lighter load and someone else helped carry, but in that they built skills, made new connections and found a new mentor. So I suppose I'm asking myself is maybe what we should see with productive kindness is that we can turn, and I don't mean this badly, but the disadvantage for someone or, a snag that they've run into, turn it to the advantage of other people. And interestingly enough, the moment that we grow and expose the individuals in the organization, it actually often works out quite positively for the organization, because we realize, oh, here's a skill or a talent that we never knew. Here's potential that we never knew about. So I'm saying that maybe out of the bad, we can actually form something that is positive for other people. I'm sure that if we could learn to apply this level of productive kindness, then we could also get to the point where team members won't mind to support each other, not just because there's a level of caring and collaboration, but also because it works to their advantage. And so I hope this morsel has gotten you thinking. And thanks for sharing another day at the Performance Cafe with me. I look forward to seeing you. I hope I see you on our YouTube channel. Please, if you're viewing us from there, like and subscribe and click it down here on the page somewhere, not on the video. If you are following us in Facebook or on LinkedIn, then please like, comment, and share, and then go to YouTube and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you on Friday when we are meeting Yendor Feldgate from Being Human Group, and we're going to talk all things strengths and performance. And then I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon at the Performance Cafe.